A new day on the SciCraft server. How's it going, guys? I'm really excited to play Minecraft today because I've got two amazing projects. The second one is a little bit more amazing than the first one. And we're also at my favorite area on the server. This is our flower farm area. So I really like this area because normally our server is all about building huge mob farms, digging perimeters, really large scale stuff. And yeah, it's hard to really decorate a perimeter or something like that, and or a mob farm with a diameter of 200 blocks. But here we are at the flower farm area, and it's all nice and small, and we could actually build something nice around our smaller farms. So in case you haven't seen Rego server tour yet, we have 4 flower farms here. So this is a flower forest biome, and over there we have a swamp biome, so we get all the small flower types in one area. We could also try out a flower farm, but it's quite laggy. I don't have Optifine at the moment. So basically here we have a dispenser with bone meal below the grass blocks, and yeah, the grass blocks get pushed from left to right and back, so the flowers and seeds are immediately broken and getting picked up by minecarts. Then another hopper minecart will transport all the drops over to this storage building. So all the drops are getting transported into the storage building right here. So here we have a huge storage for all the flower types or small flower types. In the back also some seeds. In the back is also more storage for cactus, and here we have a storage for some dyes, because we use those flowers, craft them into dyes, and then we use the dyes to craft stained clay out of it. Not stained clay, stained glass out of it. So we have a furnace array at spawn and automatically transport all the glass over to the storage here. And here we have a huge storage for stained glass. So for each type we have 24 double chests of stained glass. Here we also have a cocoa bean farm. This looks like a storage hall. There's a cactus farm in there. In those cooling towers we also have a cactus farm. What's left? Yeah, let's also take a look at from the top. If I manage to take off with a little bit of lag. Yep. So over there we have some more flower farms, and yeah, this area is pretty much done. The only thing which is still missing is this empty plot. So I always wanted to build some kind of a decorative building without any purpose, but never came around with it because it doesn't really have priority to the server to build decorative buildings. But now I actually got something I want to build in there. So I want to build a chrous flower farm. By the way, if you want to know more about this area with a detailed explanation, you could also watch Rego's server tour. I'll link it in the description. We recorded about 1 hour of detailed explanation about this area. So now let's start with the chrous flower farm. So I need the chrous flowers for a chrous root farm. And I don't need much, that's why I built this really small scale farm up right here. And since it's really small scale, it's easy to decorate or build something around it. And the first thing I gotta do is dig out some blocks. So I've excavated this area right here, and in the basement of the building we're gonna build a block swap array. It will later become obvious why we need it for the chrous flower farm. So here's one cell of the block swapper. Methods built this up in survival yesterday. I'm not sure if he was inspired by something, or somebody probably has built the same thing before I showed it on YouTube. So I'm not sure if I should to whom I should give credit. So this is actually quite a clever design. This torch right here would depower the sticky piston, and then we have normal pistons on both sides. As you can see here, the blocks are getting swapped each time, and we don't even need a T flip-flop or anything, because this piston here in the middle is busy retracting. Then 2 game ticks later, both pistons are powered, but would become unpowered. So since this one isn't extracted, he can't retract. Basically only this one here could retract, and then we also have those torches here, and 2 games later it's getting powered again. But since this one here is still busy with retracting, only the right one could extract. So yeah, the update order is always right, because the piston that it shouldn't extract is still busy. And that's why you don't need any T flip-flop or so. Okay, now the full array is in. Just have to press this button. And we're gonna switch to endstone. Back to clay. Nice. So the floor has also been built. And I've pressed this button now and swap to clay again. Nobody would ever suspect there's a chrous flower farm. It's kind of a nice effect. But also have a second use. I'll come to that later. So the next step is I'm gonna build up the building and also a little bit of decoration around it, not much. I've already created it in creative mode, so I'm really horrible at creating in survival mode when it comes to redstone, but also to decorative builds. It's just so much more time efficient for me to do it in creative first and then copy it over. So I think I'm gonna do a 1 minute time lapse. See you. So I think it looks quite alright. So it's probably not the pinnacle of building in Minecraft, but it looks quite decent and fits into the area. And I also have to say I enjoy this building style. So I don't really like those ornate houses that look a bit medieval. It's always too much for me. I really like normal walls. And let's head inside. Here's the chrous flower farm. So the idea of this farm is that you walk a little bit higher on top of those trapdoors, and then you could reach a chrous flower which would be in the back. So those stems are a little bit lower, but the flowers are higher. So because otherwise, if you would break this one first, then the flower would just disappear and you wouldn't get the drop. So I could just walk along the lane and get rid of all the flowers. So for the other side right here, I think on average you get about not 2, but I think 1.718 flowers per flower planted. This is really the standard design to make a chrous flower farm. So you're probably wondering why we need the block swapper. So with the block swapper I don't need to get rid of the stems myself, and afterwards it looks like there's nobody would know there's a chrous flower farm in here. So just have to collect everything, and without the endstone I think this would look like an abandoned building. Who knows, maybe there was a sweatshop in there before. And technically I don't need the block swap. I just wanted to have it, look, I wanted to have this look so nobody knows there's a chrous flower farm in there who doesn't know it. And then could of course switch back to the endstone, replant. And of course this is not a huge farm, but I just need a few of those chrous flowers for the chrous fruit farm. And the chrous fruit farm will be amazing. So everything pre-planted, let's take it to the next destination. But since I'm in the area anyway, I still gotta fix those flower farms. The flower farms itself still work, but the Minecart distribution system for the items is broken, and the part that is broken is the actual distribution of the minecarts, because we use translocation for that part right here. So it happened before. There's 10 or 12 minecarts on top of this powered rail. If we would push this piston now, or activate this piston now, all the minecarts would be pushed forwards, and a single minecart would get ejected out of front, falls down on this rail, and you have a new one. And then the rail gets pulled again, and all the minecarts that sit on the rail would be pulled back. But since the piston behavior changed again in 1.11, what happens now, if the piston extracts, then all the minecarts would be pushed to the next block. No minecart gets ejected, and if I pull in the rail again, the minecarts won't move and just would sit on this block, and basically of course I can't use the system anymore. So I have to do a complete rebuild of this system right here. So the system has been rebuilt. So what we're doing now, instead of storing all the minecarts on a single rail, we stack them up on top of each other. They drive up this rail and just fall down right here. The minecart is 0.7 blocks high, so you could store up to 14 minecarts in a 10 high column. And here this minecart would pick up the drops from the flower farm. Once a certain threshold is reached, then the rail is pushed to the front. The minecart is pushed along, and then the rail is pulled back. But since the translocation got removed, the minecart doesn't get pulled with the rail anymore, so it would just remain on this block. That's why there's an additional piston right here, which also retracts, which makes the minecart there fall down and then takes off, goes to the storage system, unloads, and comes back right here and falls back on top of this system. So this was an old school system. I think it's commonly referred to as a pass dispenser because it basically does the same. It was really a shame because with translocation I think the system was broken, so we had to do something else. Of course we used something translocation based, and now they removed translocation and we have to go back again. Really annoying. Always the back and forth, but yeah, I guess it's just Minecraft. So I still gotta fix 2 of the 4 flower farms, but now let's continue to the best part of the episode. So a few days ago I've seen an amazing video by ToseRedstone. So he made a really nice discovery, one of the best ones I've seen recently in Minecraft. So usually it's really hard to farm chorus fruits. There's some AFK designs and there's some manual designs, but really none of those ever was really good or fast. And so with the discovery of ToseRedstone, we can make a really nice chorus fruit farm. So his discovery was, if you quickly remove the block under a chorus flower, like it does now, it has to grow of course, then it would force the chorus flower to grow by 1 step. So here's a button, there's a 0-tick pulse generator. It basically pushes in the block instantly, and as you can see here, the flower grows instantly. And you could do this once more, so if you would have another endstone block right here and 0-tick in, then it would grow again. So basically you can grow a chorus flower by 1 block every game tick. And of course this, what's it called, chorus plant block would get broken by the block that is getting pushed in, and you get a half a chorus fruit per chorus plant block. So basically if you stack this up to sky limit, you would get up to 120 chorus fruit with just a single chorus flower, because it forces it to grow, and it's really fast, so you get them in like 12 seconds if you build a fast system. Alright, so I found a suitable location. We're here at the furnace array and tree farm complex. So we have a furnace array that makes charcoal, and a larger furnace array with 320 furnaces over there for general items. And since we want to smelt the chorus fruits into, what's it called, popped chorus fruit I guess, it's nice that it's near the furnace array. So basically over there I've already dug out the chunk with enemy, and we're gonna build it down there. So I started already with the piston layout, and it's gonna work like this. So this is the bottom endstone where we put the chorus fruit on. Then this sticky piston here has to 0-tick this endstone right here, then it grows 1 step. And now for the next endstone it has to be diagonal, because if you would have an endstone right here, then the chorus fruit couldn't grow. So I always have to push them twice within the same tick. So first this sticky piston should 0-tick it over here, and then this sticky piston 0-ticks it in this position right here, and then the chorus fruit would grow. And I want to do this every game tick. This is also basically what ToseRedstone has shown, so he really knows his redstone. He also made a 0-tick chaining. The only improvement I could make over his system is that he used a lot of redstone dust, which is the most laggy component overall. So I'm gonna try to use no redstone dust at all for the tileable or stackable components. So this is gonna be quite a challenge, but let's see what I could do. Alright, so I got a tileable design without any redstone dust in a stackable pattern. So I can place down the chorus flower right here. If I press this button, it'll instantly grow, and the top it just pops off because I'm retracting all of those blocks. So let's see it again. And then I'm gonna try to explain how this works. So first of all, I'm pushing this button right here, and then we need a game tick difference, and you can achieve that by powering this piston right here, with the redstone block in front, would take total 3 redstone ticks before this repeater is getting powered, and on the other side just have a normal repeater, it's 2 game ticks. That's why the left side is 1 game tick behind the right side, and then we also have to power those pistons. So where's a good angle? I guess right here. Okay, so this is the first piston that pushes the block, and this is the zero-tick pulse generator. And basically you have to power this piston and that piston in the same game tick, and depower this one as well in the same game tick, and also depower this one in the same game tick. So of course update order is involved right here. In order to make sure that this piston is powered first, there's a repeater on 3 ticks of delay, and here we have a repeater on 2 ticks of delay. The repeater of 3 ticks of delay has priority before the one of the 2 ticks, so this piston is getting powered first, because otherwise this piston would extend and then this one couldn't extend. Even for 0 tick nothing would happen. Okay, that's to make sure that this piston powers first. And we also have to remove the power source instantly. That's why basically we're using the same trick. So here we have a repeater on 1 tick, there's 1 on 2 ticks, and then I'm gonna powering this sticky piston right here, the same game tick, but because of the update order, a little bit later. So this piston pushes the block over there instantly. And now we also need to power this one and depower it, but a little bit later, because of the block event delay has to be depowered 3 piston actions later. So basically what I'm doing here, let's parkour over there. Yeah, it's a weird angle, let's try it from there. Okay, so here's the second zero-tick pulse generator with this sticky piston right here, has a block in front. Okay, so this block is getting powered, and then we remove the solid block, so the piston is depowered. And this piston here is getting powered by quasi connectivity, but it doesn't know it yet, but we have this update chain. So this piston is powered directly, then this one is powered by quasi connectivity, this one updates this one, and this one is also powered by quasi connectivity and is updated with this one. That's how we have the update chain. And this makes the piston retract again in the same game tick, but at a later moment. Otherwise, it wouldn't do nothing. And that's how we make sure that the zero-tick chaining works. We don't use any redstone dust, so we just tile up, stack up with this observer chain with droppers between. So observer detects if a dropper is getting powered. And there's also 2 game ticks of delay, so we power those rails which the observer detects. So here we have a dropper tower of observers, and here as well. So we could also use the quasi connectivity to extend the signal, because we always power a dropper 2 blocks below the other one. So this is still powered by quasi connectivity, and the observer would detect a little bit later that this dropper is getting depowered. Because we also have to recover the blocks. So if we would just zero-tick this one, zero-tick this one, block would remain behind here. In order to make sure that we get those blocks back, there's an additional dropper right here. So this is the iron block which quasi powers the zero-tick generator, and it also powers this dropper right here, which this observer detects. And basically we power the sticky piston again 2 game ticks later, then it grabs the block again. And here we do the same, and this dropper right here is unpowered a little bit later, because the one on top is also getting powered by quasi connectivity, so it takes a while until it's unpowered. And this observer detects that, this observer detects this observer, and then we get the second pulse, so the block is retracted. So it happens really fast. Let's take a look at it again. You can see here we get the blocks back into the first state. Okay, the next step is I have to build this up to sky limit, It's quite a lot of materials will go into this. So I need about 1500 observers, a lot of pistons, a lot of droppers, and last time when I showed my cobblestone farm, I got a lot of questions. Why would you ever need a cobblestone farm? Yeah, for stuff like that. So I guess into this we'll have to invest about 25,000 stone. So that's why you need a cobblestone farm. Also for repeaters, it's probably even more than 25,000 stone. It's finally finished. So this was super tedious to build. Me and methods never cursed as much while building something because super tedious for all the orientational blocks in there. And we also had to fix a lot of errors we made. Repeater timings were wrong. We forgot to place a block sometimes. Took in all about 6 or 7 hours to build this up. But now it's fully working and we have a fully functional chorus fruit farm, sorry. So at the top you can already see we put a roof on top so we don't get any skylight updates from the moving blocks. This would also help decreasing lag. And now let's take a look at it. So since we don't have any mob spawning because we have the Shulker mob switch, didn't have to worry about lighting stuff up. And set down. So the player would stand right here. And I made this detection system so the observer would detect when I place this chorus flower, and then chorus flower goes up and all the fruit is raining down. So it takes about 12 seconds and we get above 100 chorus fruit per chorus flower. This dropper here on the side was dispense new ones, and you can also take a look at the top. So even faster with the rockets. Let's see if we can land it. No. We have to try it again, I guess. Also died a few times while building. And there we go. Okay, let's try it once more. Would have been so much easier if the old translocator elevators. The new ones aren't quite fast enough to get there. Ah, come on, I probably can't make it. Okay, one more try. This time gonna land it. I know it. Yep. So now chorus flower goes up, and as you can see, we have about half a second to break it actually. And since we're a multiplayer server, this is a 2-player farm. So if we have a second player standing right here, just has to hold down left click and he would break the flower, and then it falls down and we get it gets sorted again into the drop at the bottom. Unfortunately we lose some of the items, so it's probably about 1 or 2% loss. I also made a nice little time lapse of me and methods using the farm with 2 players, so let's take a look at that. Now let's also take a look at the additional redstone I added in the back here and the item collection. So we mostly collect the items with those water streams here, and we also always made sure that there are no gaps in between blocks. So here we filled up those gaps in between the observers and the droppers with iron blocks, so nothing could land there, and it's a drop chute for the items to fall down, which would glitch out to the side. So in the middle we have the main drop chute. About 75% of the items would land in here, and the rest outside the glitch everywhere basically. Let's also take a look in the back. So we also got some items landing right here. Take care of it for water stream, and right now it looks good. So by now we collect most of the items, but still it sometimes happens that you see some lying down there. But since it's just 1 or 2%, it's probably not worth it to also collect those. Then what's also noteworthy is that I had to slow the farm down. So this is a little bit weird. I'll try to demonstrate it. Be right back. Okay, now it happened. So as you can see here, the entities would start to glitch out This looks really weird here. So try to get in there, can't pick those up. And here you can see them jiggling around. So if you place those chorus flutes too fast, or the farm runs on a too fast of a cycle, then this happens. And this would slow my client down to basically 0 FPS at some point. It would be so laggy I can't even move or do anything. So basically we had to slow the farm down. Instead of placing a chorus flute every 2 seconds, I have to place it every 3 seconds now. And this also decreases the rates. Instead of 180,000, we're just getting about 130,000, 120,000 items per hour, but still quite a lot. So in order to fix this weird glitch, basically have to log out. It also has some weird side effects. For example, other players become ghosts, and you really have to log out and get back in. Then it's fixed again, and you see the normal entities. So in order to slow down the farm, I just added delay to this dropper right here. So I just have a single chorus flower in my inventory, and I can't place a new one as long as the dropper doesn't dispense it to me. And I've tried it out a little bit, so I don't get the issue with the weird entities if I dispense a new one every 2.7 seconds to me. That's still fine. So this way we get 160,000 chorus fruit per hour, which is super nice. Can also take a look at the redstone, so I could just easily adjust it. The observers detect the growth. Then they power the block next to the piston right here, power the piston basically. This is an instant repeater. Block pushes away the iron block that at the moment cuts off the redstone dust, and it starts the whole machine. So I wanted to make it as fast as possible, wherever possible. Still, lag friendliness was even more important. So that's why we don't use any redstone dust in there. Could have made it a little bit faster with redstone dust, of course. So at the back, we also already built up a shulker box filling system because we're gonna get so many items we really need it. So we already have a lot of those shulker boxes filled up with chorus fruits. Because when we AFK one night, we get 1 million chorus fruit with this farm, and not sure how many flowers we're gonna need. Need to make a test first to evaluate that. But this is it for today. We still have some plans to improve the farm a little bit. We have a few new ideas. We also want to make this look a little bit better, maybe make a nice room for storage right here. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to check out ToseRedstone, who made this really awesome discovery. Have a nice day. Bye bye.